Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for the next 2 weeks. So it is a timeless reading. From whenever you're watching this, you can just know that it's not about the date that it's posted on. It's very much so 2 weeks from now, whenever you're watching it, right? So we have these three wonderful piles. And just before I do start, I just wanted to mention that I now have my own website where I sell intention manifesting items. I had an Etsy store, but it's completely transitioned onto my website. So please do check it out if you wanted to. A lot of you saw results with these items, and of course the Etsy reviews spoke for themselves. But yeah, now I have my own website, shopmoonlightguidance.com, where you can find the items. So there's handmade bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards which you can put under your pillow, your wallet or your purse for different intentions, be it love, career, success, protection, and so many more. There's also crystals, divination, coins, charms, pendulums, sage, so many items. So the link is always in the description box as well as the comment section as well. Alright, and also I offer private paid readings and the free reading giveaway. All the information is always in the description box below if you wanted a reading with me, so that's what we have there. And so we have these three piles. I've sort of color coordinated them. So whichever one you're most drawn to, whether it's pile 1 with this beautiful yellowish orange setup, matches my scrunchie actually, pile 2 with the purple, and pile 3 with the green. Okay, so whichever one you're most drawn to is going to be the one for you, and we'll see what's coming through for the next 2 weeks. All right, I'm really excited about this, so we will definitely take a look. So timestamps will be down below. You can click on it and then it will take you to your reading. Alright, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to mention, so we'll get straight into the reading. I'm going to take the scrunchie off as well. Okay, so let's put these to the side. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty. Okay. Move this back a little bit. There we go. Alright, group number 1, 2 weeks from now. So this again is a timeless reading. So from whenever you're watching this, not when the video is posted, but whenever you're watching this 2 weeks from now, let's have a look and see what is coming through, what I see happening for you, important messages, etc. Alright, so you've chosen this beautiful wand, crystal wand. It really reminds me of Jupiter when I see it. It's amazing how they are. So we're going to put that right there, and we're also going to put the pyramid as well right here. Okay, and let's have a look. This is the Golden Art Nouveau tarot deck. So we're going to pull some of these oracle cards, charms, do a full charm reading as well. Okay, for the next 2 weeks. Let's have a look and see. Group number 1, next 2 weeks for you. What do you see coming through? Kind of rhymed. Okay, let's see. Some cards that flipped over actually. How strange, quite a few flipped over. Okay, I feel like sometimes those things happen for a reason. We still got these ones as well that come out too. So, wow, okay. So 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. 9 of Wands. 6 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. Empress. 6 of Cups. Lovers. 8 of Pentacles. 2 of Swords. And then we'll continue the rest of the 3 cards and the rest of the other cards as well when we get to it. I just want to start straight away with the reading. Wow, next 2 weeks, there is definitely a lot of hard work that you are putting in, okay? There is absolutely no doubt about that. You are working hard, you are putting in hours. Now, even if you don't have a career, for example, because some of you do have jobs and some of you may not have a job, you're still putting in a lot of hours to try and manifest things to go in your direction. So this can be, for those of you that have your own businesses, you're putting in a lot of hours and basically giving or doing a lot in regards to business, because the Six of Pentacles is a very well-known business card, right? So that would make tons and tons of sense. You're really trying to cater and you're really trying to do, you know, a lot in that sense. It's the best way I can really explain things. And then, of course, the Six of Pentacles shows money coming back in return because it's balance, right? The Nine of Wands is also very, very significant because this shows you having a lot of ideas. This is you expanding. This is you growing. Some of you might be in a career or work environment where you're thinking, you know what, I want to branch out. I want to do something I love. I want to do more. Or this just isn't feeding my soul enough. And so you're searching for ideas. You're doing research. You're trying to figure out what your next step will be. So I see a lot of planning here. A, you're working very, very hard, regardless of the circumstances you're in. And B, you're thinking about how you can branch out. So there's a really, really strong energy in this sense where you're thinking about what your next move can be. And to be honest, some of you might even be physically moving. So that's something to keep in mind, right? Because the scenario here is that it's going to be different for everybody. You know, not everyone's going to be doing the exact same things. I mean, they can be to a certain degree, but not everyone's going to be like moving, for example, right? But this could be a move in regards to you thinking about your move as well. So there's a lot of that we do see here. Six of Swords is also about taking yourself to an emotionally better place. Some of you may really have been struggling with anxiety, stress, frustration, and you are trying to work through that for sure. You know, you're really trying to take yourself to calmer waters. You're trying to work on yourself. You might be seeking advice through, for example, tarot, right? You might be seeking advice and help through a professional like a counselor or a therapist or even a doctor, but you are trying to, or even a spiritualist or a guru or a tarot reader, you know. But I definitely see here that you want to be able to progress. You know, the sixes in tarot are about progression. It's about moving through certain situations that are difficult, challenging, overwhelming, you know. So you're really trying to move through to get yourself to a better place. And the Nine of Pentacles here shows a lot of abundance. So 2 weeks from now, right? Essentially, so I'm talking about the next 2 weeks, but 2 weeks from now, you will feel so much stronger within yourself. The Nine of Pentacles is about independence, confidence, strength, and abundance, okay? So I do see money here. I also see you feeling so strong from within yourself. It's almost like you find out that, you know what, I can heal, I can get through this, I can be the best version of myself, I can get there. And that strength and that confidence is really just beautiful. It just goes to show that you're really feeling uplifted and you know that you can do it. And I'm going to tell you, you can do it, all right? You can do this. I really do mean it. I really do mean it. I'm not just saying this because of empty words. I genuinely do mean it. I see that you can do it here. Empress is ruled by Venus. So Empress, again, is about that self-love. You know, the Empress has a harvest. Now, this harvest, again, is that energy of growth, right? There's a lot of progression happening, not just in your career, which I see here, right? And you wanting to grow it. And it's interesting, we see this sort of business energy, especially with the harvest, right? So you might be thinking of setting up your own business. But also, the Empress is about the nurturing energy within yourself, where you are growing from within yourself. You are taking care of yourself. You are putting yourself first. And so ultimately, there's a really, really powerful energy of you doing so much for yourself and getting such a beautiful return on things as well, all right? Because ultimately, it's also about self-love and taking care of yourself. Again, that independent energy is really, really coming through so nicely, so beautifully, where it shows a lot of progression and a ton of growth as well. Six of Cups, see? There can be someone here that has a romantic interest in you, all right? They may give you a gift. They may give you an opportunity. There's someone that has a romantic interest, okay, especially with the Lovers. And I really feel that this is something that is very, very, it's very interesting. For some of you, this could be a hot and cold situation, which is getting a bit warmer, especially with the Empress, right? That's about warmth. But for some of you, this situation is something that is leading to more. So this can be about a proposal, which is really interesting. Again, you know, Six of Cups is a really strong, like, proposal kind of card, like, let's do something about this also. Kind of a vibe. The Two of Swords here is about sometimes feeling a bit indecisive, you know, not knowing which way to turn. Well, 2 weeks from now, you'll be much more decisive. You'll feel much stronger with the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. You'll start off, I think, feeling indecisive, and then that will lead to much more decisiveness. Come on. Yeah, okay. I spoke a bit too soon. I was like, come on, and like literally the entire chunk of cards came out. Right, so let's take this one right at the bottom, which we can sort of see it's a sword card. Yeah, Four of Swords, nice. Okay. Okay, right, so Four of Swords is about rest and retreat, right? Meditation and prayer. Next 2 weeks, it's really good to take some time off for yourself where possible, because you don't want to burn yourself out, because you're doing a lot. You know, you really are doing a lot, and you're putting in so much effort into things. Obviously, you want to balance things out. A little bit like when you're constantly on your phone or any kind of device, right? It has charge, but then the battery goes low, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. And of course, then you have to recharge it. Same with us, you know, we do need a bit of time for ourselves. We do need rest, which is very, very important. So just make sure that you're sleeping well, or at least trying to. And if you encounter any problems, of course, see a professional in that regard, because of course, those are really important things. And that will just make you feel better and allow you to have more energy to get things, you know, done during the day, basically. So that's a really important message. I know it's a little bit of like a basic message, but I feel like it's just really vital, because some of you might be working so much to the point where you feel like you're not sleeping enough or taking enough time for yourself, and that can also lead to you feeling very overwhelmed and stressed out and things like that, right? So that's what we have. We've got the King of Cups here as well. King of Cups, a lot more emotional stability is growing within yourself. I also feel that the more you are taking care of yourself, the more others are coming towards you. I think this is a really interesting thing. It's almost like when you're not chasing like other people, let's say, or other situations, and you're kind of just focused on what you can do, right? And sure, you know, you're busy, working, you might be looking for opportunities and things like that, but I don't see that as a chasing energy where you're desperate for things. It's more so like, let me see how this goes, let me put my all into this, and if it works out, cool. If not, okay, I'll do something else. You're not desperately chasing. And because of that, I feel like the universe is shaping itself around you, where it's bringing you so much self-confidence and strength, but also it's allowing certain situations here with the Lovers and the Six of Cups, where love is also strengthening, getting stronger, progressing for you. And for those of you that are completely single, you know, I do feel like there's a shift here in the next 2 weeks where the universe is like, okay, you're becoming stronger. You know, we want to send you a stronger person. And so for some of you, you might get a little glimmer where you might meet a person like that. And for some of you, person can come a little bit later, but essentially it's aligning in the next 2 weeks within yourself, which then in the future allows it to align in the physical sense of things coming together love-wise. Seven of Pentacles, lots of reflection, lots of growth and research. There we go. I was going to say growth. I mean, to be honest, I feel like you're going through a glow up, right? And you're really finding yourself. I really do see here in many ways that you're busy, yes, but you're also feeling super, super abundant. This golden yellow energy is so strong because it's a solar plexus energy. It's a solar energy, the sun's energy. So the solar plexus chakra is beautiful because ultimately, you know, if you meditate on your solar plexus chakra, which is just, it's between your belly button and your heart chakra. So imagine where your heart is, right? It's just in the middle right there. So that's to do with growth, it's to do with positivity, it's to do with inner peace and personal power and self-confidence and self-worth and self-acceptance, trusting and accepting your gut feelings, right? So when you do that, it's really building on more. And when you have that inner peace and again, self-worth and self-confidence within yourself, things are shaping around you, like things are working around you to come together in that sense. I think that's just so beautiful. It's so wonderful, so lovely, right? So it's definitely a very, very powerful vibe, powerful energy as well. Okay, so let's go to Oracle cards. Now, these are the cards that I have designed. You can find these on my website. I'll leave a link down below to my website. It's shopmoonlightguidance.com, and it's a digital file which you can, you know, put together if anyone wanted to. So let's have a look and see what I see coming through. And they're super affordable as well. They're less than around about $10 US. And you just print them out, make them yourself, so if anyone is interested. Okay, so let's have a look and see. Group 1, next 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, we've just got so many that fell out. But then there's this one that fell right under. It almost went under the device. Look at that. This makes so much sense. So I'm not going to take this entire chunk that came out. The work, right? you're going to be putting in so much work. And it was one of the first things that I saw when we did your spread, right? There's a lot of emphasis here on work, and you're really putting everything out on the table and trying to do as much as you can for yourself. So there you go. This is how tarot connects, right? This is how we do it. Okay, the decision. I think it's interesting. And then we have here the sunrise. Okay, so things are going to get better for you. Again, you know what the sunrise is? Solar plexus chakra energy, and the solar energy, which is the sun's energy, right? So it shows here that the sun will rise. Things will get better. Things will become much more lighter, brighter, and positive. The decision here shows that you may be making a decision in regards to something to do with work, I feel, but also can be to do with love as well. Okay, so you do have power. You may feel like you're powerless, but you have power. There are some decisions here for sure, and I think that this is mainly career-wise. And then you have the movement. So things are progressing over the next 2 weeks. There is movement. I don't think that you're going to be stuck and stagnant and stationary throughout the course of it, because through the Two of Swords, which is indecision and not quite knowing, and maybe sometimes defensiveness, there is progression that we quite clearly see on the cards, which I think is important. So let's go to charms and letters. Okay, so these letters can be initials. They can also be spelling out words, right, for the next 2 weeks. So let's have a look. Okay, we didn't get as many, but that's okay. Ooh, 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 look at this, right? Yellow. The next 2 weeks, yellow is a very big colour. Yellow and gold, I would say, right? Look at these crystals here as well. I mean, it's a vibe, right? Also got some yellow here too. And also the first oracle card that we pulled was literally the work card, right? Which is all to do with like the pentacles, and we had quite a few pentacles as well. But there you go, right? Super, super yellow. Ta-da! Okay, so this really represents, again, positivity is coming. Next 2 weeks, positivity is coming. 2 weeks from now, you'll feel much more positive, okay, within yourself and also with how others are treating you. You've got here a B, a U, a G, like bug. Maybe things are bugging you, right? Yeah, I think at the beginning you'll feel very indecisive, like you'll be like, Moonlight, I'm not really sure. But then actually things really do progress. So you got an X and a Y and a P, B, and J. That reminds me of like, especially in the US, PBJ, isn't that like a sandwich? That's really interesting. Personally never tried it, but I know it's very popular. So we've got here my family, my love. So there's also an energy here of perhaps reconnecting with family, which I think is interesting, and also feeling the love, like, you know, the warmth of like family, for example, just really feeling that warmth. Then we also have here a love heart as well. Oh my gosh, you know, I mentioned America. And here we go, we have the American flag. Oh my gosh, like I trip myself out sometimes when I do readings because I say something and then boom, like the cards just represent that. It happened, right? When I started doing your reading, it straight away went to career, and then the oracle card that came out was the work, and I was like, whoa. And yeah, same here. Okay, so something to do with the US. Perhaps it could be that, you know, you're really enjoying, for example, American style foods or foods that are really popularly known in the US. Something to do with America. Maybe you're watching a lot of American TV shows or movies, or listening to a lot of American artists in regards to music. Something to do with America, okay? For sure. Maybe, you know, connecting with someone who is American, or yeah. And that can be in various levels. You may be American, you know, so fun fact, I actually am American as well. I don't think I've ever told that story, but I actually have an American passport as well as a British one. Like I'm dual. So it's so interesting. I was actually born in the US. Okay, anyways. So we have here a BUY. Okay, so you might be doing some buying, which I think is interesting. Like buying can also be for research purposes, for studying purposes, for business purposes. So keep that in mind. But you might be, you know, buying some things that also make you feel good, to do with your glow up, because I see you I see you glowing. Look, you've got here as well a beautiful fairy. So that really goes to show that there's a sprinkle of magic dust. Things are progressing for you over the next couple of weeks. Oh, we've got an angel here as well. Okay, so we've got fairies and angels. These are positive, really positive vibes, positive energies. You can pray to your angels, you can pray to your guides. They are bringing you positive energy for sure. We've also got here a little reindeer, right? Like some of you might be like, oh dear, but actually things are really progressing. You know, see those reindeers bring the abundance. You also have like a little stocking here as well, so gifts are coming your way. Okay, those little gifts, they're coming your way. You might not even see them, they're so tiny, those little charms. There we go. You can see them a little better. And then, yeah, we spoke about this charm right here, which is my family, my love. And then you've also got the cross as well, so this represents your values. And essentially standing up for yourself, you know, doing what you know is right for you. And yeah, I feel like a lot of you may be practicing meditation, you may be praying. So there's definitely that sort of sense of trying to have peace and faith for what's to come as well, because there are some great things coming over the next 2 weeks. I will say so myself. We also have Pug as well, P-U-G, which reminds me of like the dog. We also have Pub, P-U-B. So that's interesting, right? It's kind of like a little social kind of a vibe. But I think that you're going to be quite busy. But I say, you know, take a bit of time for yourself if possible. But that's really, really interesting. But of course, you know, not all of those words will resonate with you. There are some that you probably see that I have not seen. So keep that in mind for sure. Okay, so I think that's pretty much what we have. I don't think there's any charms that I have missed, but this is your reading, group number 1. What a reading, I have to say. It's amazing. And I was going to say it at the beginning, but I didn't. But your timestamp is also a complete repeating number. It's 222. So, wow, isn't that amazing? So, yeah, this is your reading with me. The charms and letters are available to shop on my website, shopmoonlightguidance.com, if you wanted to. All the links are all down below as well as the cards as well. They are on there. And I hope that you all take care. If this reading resonated with you, please do let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings and the free reading giveaways as well. All of my intention items are on my website as well. And take care, everyone. Take care. And yeah, I'll see you all very soon. Okay, so I am just going to pop these back in here. Then we go to group number 2. I'm in a really good mood today. Really excited. I'm usually always in a good mood, to be honest. Just sometimes I'm a little bit more tired. Sometimes there's a lot to do in a day. But yeah, today's good too. Good day. I have still a lot to do today, but I actually feel really relaxed. I don't know astrologically if there's something happening today. Probably is, to be honest. Let me see what's happening today. Well, Jupiter entered Pisces not very long ago, actually. It was on the 13th. Actually, today's the 15th. Never mind. I know what it is. Okay, there was a full moon. I know this is a timeless reading, but there was a full moon actually, and the full moon effects have now worn away, which is why I'm not feeling as drained, because full moons can have that effect. Oh, it was a new moon. Never mind, it was a new moon. Okay. Anyways, yeah, new moons can have that sort of heavy effect, as can full moons actually as well. But there was one recently. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. Let's grab these cards. Grab these cards. Oh, I love the purple here. This is so beautiful. Rose gold cards. Oh my gosh. What a vibe. Okay. Group number 2. This is your reading, timeless reading. So from whenever, wow, what did I just say? From whenever you are watching this, this is your reading. There we go. Got the words out properly. And you have chosen this absolutely stunning purple pile with the amethyst. How beautiful. And these cards are actually the Super Lunaris, I think that's how you pronounce it, tarot cards. Look at the rose gold edging as well. Take a minute, to appreciate the hard work that people put into their items. Really beautiful. Okay, so we are going to have a look and see what's coming through for the next 2 weeks, and we will also do, we'll do a charm reading as well, and also grab some oracle cards. So let's start with the tarot portion. Next 2 weeks. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I know people tend to panic when they see certain cards, and you don't need to panic, okay? You don't need to panic. Oh yeah, you don't need to panic. You don't need to panic. Oh wow, these cards, they shuffle very interestingly, the sound of it. Okay. So you have got here the the Nine of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles. Okay. You've also got here the Knight of Pentacles with the Tower. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You've got here the Six of Wands with the Seven of Wands. You know what I see here? I see a lot of growth. I see a lot of progress, because that's what we've got. You know, we've got here the Six to the Seven of Wands. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. You have got the Five of Pentacles, but then you've also got the Nine of Pentacles, right? So Nine of Pentacles is really about abundance. It's about confidence. It's about independence. It's about inner peace. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles shows that at the beginning of the next 2 weeks, which actually can be when you're watching this video, some of you may feel kind of left out in the cold. You may have felt like you just don't really always fit in, or that people are always doing things without you, or that there is someone romantically who's not giving you the kind of energy that you need, is not really there for you in the way that you need them to be, right? And that can make you feel abandoned, left out, lonely, frustrated, upset, annoyed. That's the beginning of the 2 weeks. Towards the end of the 2 weeks, the Nine of Pentacles is about your independence. You are on a journey of healing. You really are. This can also be things to do with childhood, you know, feeling left out, feeling invisible, feeling unheard, unseen, or some form of you just feeling like, wow, I have to always go by other people's rules. You know, I can't be myself. Well, I'm here to tell you that essentially over the next 2 weeks, you are healing. It's really amazing how the amethyst is the crystal that really sums up. And it came with the cards in that sense, for your group. It's how I put it together. So I really think that, of course, amethyst is really amazing and very, very powerful for healing and inner peace and things like that. So this really just goes to show that that is the direction you're going in. You know, Seven of Wands, wow. Seven of Wands is really an energy to do with trying as much as you can to get over and get through any obstacles that you are facing. The Six of Wands is about victory, celebration, and success. You know, the Seven of Wands is about your inner strength. You are getting through those obstacles and challenges no matter how difficult they are, right? The Tower here shows that sometimes things crumble in order for things to come together in a much, much stronger way. Knight of Pentacles, you are going to a much better place. You know, people always say like, oh, I just want things to be normal. Well, the thing is that when the Tower happens, it's bringing a new normal. And that normal can be much better than the normal that you knew about before. I know that sounds so crazy to say, but it's so, so true. When people are searching for I just wish that things would go back to how they were, there's always a new normal that will be created after a Tower moment, or feelings of frustration, or things perhaps not going the way you planned them to be. And that is also allowing you to deal with change. Some of you have been dealing with change, and it's been really, really tough. Some of you may have gone through separations. Some of you may have gone through, some really not so great situations where there may have been heartbreak. There may have been, not so great things that have happened. Ultimately, the Tower here shows that what's happening is also not only to make you stronger, but for you to grow and have a newer normal, which is much better than your older normal, right? Are you with me? Are you with me? I hope you're with me. So the next 2 weeks is essentially, it's part of the journey, and it's aiding you in that journey as well. Let's continue as I already have been shuffling. Whoa, okay. So we have got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had a feeling this was the Nine of Swords, but I just, It's a new deck, so sometimes you just need to like make sure. Nine of Swords, okay? This is the Three of Swords. This is pretty much what I talked about, okay? This is pretty much what I talked about. So see what's coming here, okay? Healing. The next 2 weeks are all about healing. Remember when I was talking about the Seven of Wands and I accidentally said the Seven of Swords? Seven of Swords, okay? So you may have been done wrong by someone. And essentially 2 weeks from now, you'll be in a much, much stronger place. Because ultimately, what I see here happening for you, group number 2, is that you are going through a process of awakening. Especially with Temperance, okay? So at the beginning of the next 2 weeks, which is around about now because you're watching this reading, you may feel not great, you know, and you may even watch this and feel like, oh my God, no thank you, no thank you, I don't claim this. You know what it's bringing you though? It's bringing you so much more stability. It's bringing you to the life you want. If you have manifested and wanted a lot of happiness, if you have wanted a lot of love, if you have wanted stability and security, the universe is trying to take away things that are not necessarily the best for you, to bring you what's for your highest good. The thing is, you can't always see what the universe sees. The universe can see everything, the universe can hear all types of conversations that you can't hear, right? So oftentimes, that's the thing, is that you really don't know sometimes what's actually for your highest good. You may think you know, right? But you actually don't. And so that's why tower moments can also be created, right? To essentially align you to what's really best for you. And in turn, yes, it can cause the Nine of Swords. It can cause stress and frustration, and it can make you think back to times where you didn't feel so good, you know, especially with the Five of Pentacles. But it's leading you to heal. It's leading you down a path where you have to kind of accept where you are, and ultimately more balance and stability will be gained, okay? So that again is Temperance. You've also got the Hierophant, which is about stability and security. Okay, in terms of career, I think that this is a time where you're really trying to get yourself together as much as possible. I also see the Three of Wands as you having patience. So over the next 2 weeks, you'll think to yourself, you know what, I just need to be patient. It's like patience is a virtue. Even Temperance is all about patience. It's also about doing things one step at a time rather than just trying to get to the destination. Because once you get to a destination, there's still more to come, right? It doesn't just end there. You've also got here, yeah, as we mentioned, the Seven of Swords as well. And then this one is essentially the Eight of Swords. Like some of you may feel really trapped. You may feel frustrated. Some of you may have been done wrong by somebody, right? And that's also triggered this Three of Swords. Ultimately, what I see here is that you are going to get to a place in the next 2 weeks where you feel like, all right, you know what? I got this. I can get through this. I know who I am. This is more so about being done wrong by someone, but actually finding yourself in a much, much stronger place. So, you know, I don't think that you need to be worried about, oh my God, someone's going to do me wrong over the next 2 weeks. This is something that's already happened. Okay, so keep that in mind. And over the next 2 weeks, you're getting through that. And you can have flashbacks and just vivid memories of like, oh my God, I can't believe that person did this to me. But actually, you're becoming so much stronger throughout the entire process of things. And you're really getting yourself to a much, much better place. And let's have a look with the Oracle cards, all right? So, because I know some of these cards are sometimes hard, and the Oracle cards can really paint a good sort of picture sometimes as to, you know, what really is the case. So I hope that you can sort of see that as well. So we've got one already that's come through, and this one says the luck. Okay, your luck is changing. And that's what I really want to say. You know, at the beginning, I was like, please don't worry when you see cards like this. It's showing you that change is coming. Fives in tarot are about change. It's about perspective. Okay, the luck is coming your way. The Knight of Pentacles, it is coming. It's slow, but it's coming. Right? Even with the Hierophant is very slow because it's Taurus energy. But the Nine of Pentacles, a Six of Wands, it shows that victory will come, even because, you know, things are hard, things are challenging, but it's gonna come. You know, this is against all odds kind of a vibe. You know, sure, you may feel like this, but that doesn't change the fact that that victory and that luck is coming, right? It will come. It will come. Even with Temperance, Three of Wands. You know, there's a new new path that is coming your way. And by the way, if anyone was interested in these oracle cards, they are made by myself and they are available on my website. So link to my website is down below. They are a printable file, so you can basically print them out, glue them together and use them. It's that simple, and they're super inexpensive as well. So do check that out if you're interested. Let's continue on here. Wow, look at this, the harmony, right? That is literally the energy of temperance, right? Harmony is coming, peace is coming, prosperity is coming. Things are progressing. The miracle, your stars are aligning, right? That's what I mean, is that tower moments sometimes are because new, better things have to come into place. Okay, this energy here is also about healing as well. You've got here the loyalty, okay, which means that essentially being loyal to yourself is going to help you the most right now. The more you shift energy towards yourself, everything around you is working, okay? Everything around you is progressing. You've also got the freedom, which means that you are going to gain a lot of freedom, okay? If some of you have gone through separation, if you've gone through really difficult moments, think of the next 2 weeks as a time to really heal and take care of yourself. I know it's said by everyone, but really think about it as freedom. Think about the fact that, you know, if you were around this person or with this person, maybe you may not have had so much time to do things for yourself, right? Because you'd be so occupied constantly doing things with them or for them or thinking about them. Now you have freedom to do the things that you want to do, right? And I think that's such a beautiful thing. So you do have freedom here. And it's also about you kind of using the keys that the Hierophant has to unlock the lock that you felt in terms of feeling stuck, right? You're freeing yourself over the next 2 weeks, and it's beautiful. And again, with a lot of healing, it's all coming together as well. Healing is a process, though, I will say that, but it's coming together, okay? You do have luck here. Okay, so we go to charms and letters. So let's start with the letters, and this can be initials, it can spell out initials, or it can spell out certain words for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so we've got a W, I, oh, we've got fib. You know what fib is? It's basically like a lie. I mean, I'm sure all of you know that. I'm not sure if it's like a UK thing where people say that, but I don't know. But yeah, it's basically like a little like lie. So, you know, it can very much so be that there's that energy here of, you know, you wanting to fake it till you make it. Okay, so we've got W, T, L, J, F-I-B. We also have here bit as well. We also have I-F. We also have wit, which I think is interesting, and lit. So those are what we have for the letters. Now let's go to charms. Oh, look, there's a fork, literally just like right there, it got caught on my nail. That's interesting, the fork. Okay, you've got fork and knife. That's interesting. Some of you might be sort of taking up cooking. You might be, you know, it could be very therapeutic for you. You might enjoy eating or indulging in food. It's definitely something I do see here is that, you know, sometimes when people do get stressed, they do just love to kind of eat food and do that. So there's this energy here of food. Another thing here is, do you see a reference right there? Like right there where the fork is pointing to. That's interesting. There's a sense here of your spirit guides, universe, really trying to protect you, you know, and that is something I do see here. We've got a G. We also have a palm tree. This is about warmth, growth and warmth. You've got here the cookie cutter, which is a star, which we saw a star here as well, right? So this really is about your stars aligning and you being different for sure. You know, remember when I said at the beginning of the reading, like sometimes some of you may not feel like you fit in. Why be a cookie the same as everybody else when you could be different? You know, there's a sense of things manifesting and progressing for you, but for a better way forward. I think, speaking of cookies, I keep seeing a lot of food here as well. So that's really, you know, very, very interesting in that sense. Got another star here, star crystal. This is the root chakra crystal. So this shows stability and security is coming over the next 2 weeks. See, look, we've got a lot of references here to the cards. So this shows it connects. You've got here a swallow, yeah, swallow. And this again, with the sort of freedom card, shows that you are on a path to freedom and progression and getting yourself to a better place. Like, it is happening. You may feel like it's not happening, but it is happening, you know, and you are really healing, getting yourself to that place. You also have here as well a giraffe. So that's interesting. Giraffe. Spirit-wise, like spirit animal-wise, giraffe is quite lucky in many ways. Also, you have a ring here as well. Some of you may have felt a little bit lost in regards to things of commitment nature. Well, you are getting yourself to a better place, and I feel like this is also about committing to yourself too. I know that sounds a little strange, but trust me on that one. Trust me. You got another L as well. And you've got my love is alive, right? So your love is alive. That's the thing, is that you are healing, you are taking care of yourself, you are progressing. And you also have this tree, and it says life is a gift. So ultimately, you're really on a path where you are like, you know what, I gotta do this for myself. Like, I need to do this for myself. We also spelt out, almost spelt out the word life. We just needed an E, and we were almost there. So that's really interesting, but you have got it here on the tag. So yeah, life is a gift. Like, there are things coming your way, okay? Your luck is changing. Like, things are progressing here. You know, things are harmonizing. So think about it like if a violin, for example, or guitar is out of tune, you got to harmonize it. And whilst you're harmonizing that, there's a lot of trial and error, right? To get it to be how you want it to sound and how it should sound. And ultimately, after that, it's going to sound a lot better than what it was before, right? So that's what I'm trying to say here, is that ultimately, it's working out for a better normal. So say, for example, the guitar at the beginning sounded okay, but then it completely deharmonizes itself and it just sounds not very good. It goes out of tune. And then you are trying to make it go back into tune. The tune of it afterwards, once you've done it, might be so much better than what it was right to the beginning, you know, when you thought it sounded okay. So keep in mind that sometimes we think that things are okay, but actually, you know, then a tower moment comes and it's like, oh my God, I got to do this and trial and error. And then actually it can be even better than what it was before. So that's what I'm trying to get to you as well. It's a little bit like with recipes as well, you know, when people do trial and error, it can be so much better than what it was before and things like that. That's what I kind of see happening in your life, like things are going to get better. All right, so group number 2, that is your reading. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. All of my charms, letters, items are available, even the cards as well. They are available on my website, so shopmoonlightguidance.com. Everything's linked down below and you can check it out. You can check everything out there, and yeah, that is pretty much what I wanted to mention. But also private paid readings, they are down below as well, and all the information's there for the free reading giveaway. And yeah, do check it out if you're interested. And yeah, I see you all very soon. Let me know if this resonates. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And take care, everyone. Bye. Okay, so I'll take these away now. Put these in here. Hit the camera. Oh, the green pile, the green pile. Really excited about this. Whoa, pretty. That is pretty. Pretty cool. Okay. All right, group number 3. This is your reading with me, that rhymed, for the next 2 weeks. So we have got here the beautiful green pile with the green aventurine crystals, and this is the after tarot deck. So let's have a look and see. We're just going to put this right here. This is a timeless reading from, you know, whenever you are watching. So I thought I'd just mention that. There we go. All right, so let's begin. So I am going to do a spread with the tarot. I'm also then going to pull some oracle cards, and we'll do a full charm reading as well, right? So let's get started and see what is coming through. All right, group number 3, the next 2 weeks. What can I tell you? What can we tell group number 3 about the next 2 weeks? Let's have a look and see. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic, okay? I feel like when people see cards like this, they just panic and they go, oh, no, I'm out. I don't claim this. Patience, 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 patience. Okay, because I'm not panicking. Yeah, okay, so we've got the 3 of Pentacles with the 10 of Swords. Okay, so what I see here for you, group number 3, is that your pain that you have been feeling is coming to an end, right? So if you've been really feeling very stressed out and just very overwhelmed, it's almost like throughout the next 2 weeks, it's coming to a bit of a close, for sure. You know, the 5 of Cups is sadness that you may have faced or frustration that you have faced. It's getting less and less. You know what the 10 of Swords is? It's about not feeling pain to that level anymore. And so that's what I see here, is that the pain is really coming to a sense of close. The 3 of Pentacles is about work. It's about teamwork. It's about collaboration. You know, there is so much more joy and happiness and peace that I see progressing your way, coming together, and you feeling so much happier in terms of how things are moving. And also manifesting for you in that sense. And I think that is just so beautiful. You know, there's a real sense of progression that I pick up here. So that obviously is wonderful. Whoa, I just got loads of cards. Okay, let's take them. So we've got the Sun here. See? That happiness and prosperity is coming your way. Tens represents sort of like a cycle, right? But also the 10 of Swords is about it being, when you get to that point, you're not going to continue to feel it, right? So that is the 10 of Swords in that sense. You got the Star here, which is about healing. The Star's aligning. I see some of you taking a lot of baths over the course of the next 2 weeks. I mean, if you don't have a bath, you might be doing sort of like a cleanse, from what I see. 4 of Pentacles. Saving money. Working very hard, saving money. Working hard, saving money. Perhaps there was someone that wanted to take money away from you, or someone that really did not treat you very nicely at all, and that really caused you a lot of stress and sadness, which I can feel right now. So that's why I'm saying that over the next 2 weeks, because this is how you feel right now, over the next 2 weeks, there's a sense of harmony, like harmonizing is happening, you're cleansing yourself and your energy. I feel like there's a lot of peace that we pick up on. So we've got the Knight of Swords, King of Pentacles, sorry, can't see it, there we go. King of Wands. Let's move the pyramids. 10 of Cups. Look at that. There's a change. There's a big change here that's happening. You're going from the 10 of Swords to then the 10 of Cups. There you go. There's the peace that I was talking about, right? 4 of Swords. It's not going to be like that. That's the change, right? You go from the 10 of Swords to the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Swords to the 4 of Swords, right? These are strong energies. I mean, I did tell you not to panic, so yeah, look at that. Queen of Pentacles as well. Don't panic. Don't panic. You know, the green here is really showing that your heart chakra is going to be very well activated. So regardless of any struggles or challenges that you face, you will get through them. But ultimately, things are harmonizing, things are becoming better over the next 2 weeks, right? The 5 of Cups, any sadness, frustration that you feel, anything where you feel like, okay, my cups have fallen over, it's like spilt milk or spoilt milk. You feel like, you know what, I can change my perspective on this. I've got this. You know, I can hug and care for myself and look after myself and just work hard. Work hard. I see you saving money. Like, this could be because maybe you want to move, or maybe you want to just save, you know, for a rainy day. But also, I see here you saving to also protect yourself, or perhaps to put into investments. There's definitely this saving energy that I see here, where you might be overly protecting your finances over the next 2 weeks, especially since we have this energy here, and perhaps putting in extra hours, or, you know, extra hours working or studying. That for sure I see here. This can also mean budgeting as well, which is interesting. 10 of Swords, yeah, I really feel that, you know, whatever happened that's made you feel like the 10 of Swords, there's a sense of harmony where you're not going to continue to feel like that constantly, because the Sun here shows happiness and joy, progression and growth, fulfillment, and then the Star here shows healing. You know, it's like your energy is being cleansed. heart chakra is being activated. Heart chakra is all about giving and receiving unconditional love. That's to yourself, but also to others as well, and also about forgiveness too. And forgiveness isn't just always to say like, oh, it's fine what you did, even though you did me wrong, or, you know, whatever's happened here has felt obviously terrible for you, but it's more so you saying, you know what, I need to set myself free. That's essentially what it does, so that you're not like holding on to it 24/7. And essentially the star is also about the release, right? Trying to let it go. That's what healing is. Healing is basically trying to let go and letting the wounds heal. So you've got here the Knight of Swords, which is about progression. It's about movement. It's about joy. The Knight of Swords is also very, very strong energy in regards to opportunities. The King and the Queen of Pentacles, there can be someone that has a romantic interest towards you over the next 2 weeks. There can be some great communication, okay? And if you're searching online, then yeah, you can meet someone that sort of comes into the picture, or in person, they come into the picture, perhaps through social media or through someone you know, because it's got this sort of family energy. King of Wands, you have a lot of ambition, you're working very, very hard, you have a lot of ideas, and you're putting them to use, really. I see that with the King of Wands. This is about ambition, passion, and leadership, but also creativity. You might also get into certain hobbies that are creative, like, for example, decorating, painting, drawing. What else is creative? Like, there's so many creative things, like music, there's arts, there's so many creative things, honestly. Designing, yeah, you know, organizing can also be creative. Why not? You know, so there's definitely that. And the 10 of Cups here is you feeling so much better, especially towards like the end of the 2 weeks, you know, because I know I'm talking about the next 2 weeks, but more so towards the end of the next 2 weeks, I really see you feeling so much more happier, and just feeling like, you know what, things are aligning, things feel good, I feel happy, I feel that things are in sort of harmony and alignment. And that's what we see, right? Remember I said the stars aligning. Look at that, you've got all of the stars just beautifully aligned there, you know. So it's almost like you do this for yourself, and then around you everything shapes up, especially if some of you like, oh, Moonlight, my love life, or Moonlight, my career. Well, do you take care of you, and the universe will shape itself around you. All right, that is basically what's happening here. Queen of Pentacles is about you feeling really good about your achievements and how hard you're working and what you're putting into things. That's really great. And of course, the Four of Swords here is about peace. So again, you're finding peace, prayer, meditation. Your meditation is very calming, and it can really help you, especially in times of uncertainty, to focus more so on your breath and your body, and to sort of calm any worries, or to help give a little bit of relief to anxiety. In that sense, it can really, really help. So there's definitely that vibe there where you're feeling so much more at peace with yourself too. Cool. Let's go to my oracle deck. Okay, so yeah, if anyone is interested, I'll leave a link to my oracle deck in the, well, it's in the comment section below and the description box. It's to my website, so you can check it out on shopmoonlightguidance.com. It's actually a printable file, so it's also very inexpensive. You can print it out and then just assemble it together on card or paper. So yeah, you can check it out if you wish. Let's see. And then we'll do a charm reading. Yeah, so the protection here shows that you are very, very well protected. And it does show here that essentially you're being protected from negative energies over the next 2 weeks. So whatever's happened has happened, right? And it's about that cycle closing up. And then for the next 2 weeks, you are very well protected, and that's helping you to also get through the obstacles and challenges you've faced, and to feel also stronger within yourself. I don't know why, but this really reminds me of sage. It probably isn't, but it reminds me of sage. So then there's that. The Divine, the Retreat, and the Work. Yeah, you're very heavily focused here on sort of working and doing things in that regard, trying to do as much as possible for yourself, but also saving it, which is interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Also, the Retreat here definitely shows that you are trying to take care of yourself, you're trying to rest, right, which is also kind of known as retreat. Some of you might go on a journey, which we see here with the Knight of Swords, trying to, you know, maybe, like, this doesn't have to be super far as well, you know, but it's mainly about taking a little trip here and there to basically feel better, within yourself. It could be something so simple as a walk, that can also be seen as a journey. I know that sounds a little bit crazy to say, but it's true. So the retreat here is about basically taking yourself to a better place, which is what's happening over the course of the next 2 weeks. And I think at the end of the next 2 weeks, you'll be like, wow, where was I to where I am? It's so different. It's like when people do go on holiday, for example, they compare the two situations. They think like, wow, this is paradise, compared to my normal day to day. But that's what I see over the next 2 weeks, is that you will very much so feel like, okay, at the beginning of the 2 weeks, I was just not in a great place. And then towards the end, I was in such a better place. It feels like paradise, but in a spiritual way, Divine here is about you feeling, again, protected, and praying to your angels or your guides. And also, this, again, with meditation, it just shows you connecting more to your divine self, and the divine is helping you more. So ultimately, there's a strong energy here of you meditating, and perhaps also watching a lot of tarot readings, or listening to podcasts and audiobooks, or watching TV shows or movies that are actually really informative and very calming. You might be listening to subliminal music. Like, there's just this really calming energy of what you are, what's the word? You are not ingesting, but you are absorbing, like in terms of the content that you're watching and that you're seeing. You are really going for things that really make you feel good. The kind of content that you're watching, yeah. So anyways, we are going to go to the charms and the letters. So for the letters, let's get a few more. Okay. So for the letters, this can be initials. It can spell out initials. It can also spell out words for the next 2 weeks. So let's have a look. We've got an R, J. I hope nobody minds that I double dipped. Get it? Okay, whatever. Double dip with the the letters. But people do that with food. Maybe there's an energy of that happening. I don't know. You have to see how it goes. Okay, so got X, which is definitely something I see here. Maybe it's someone from your past that is just really bugging you. Really bugging you. Or it just makes you feel really heavy inside. Now, this can also be an ex-friend. It could be someone that you used to talk to. It could be an ex-career, an ex-boss. It doesn't have to just be romantically, but there's something in the past, right? X is basically past. So something from your past that really does bug you from time to time. You've also got here 2 R's, so P, D, R, R, J, Q, Y, and L. All right. Also, we've got here lead. So that could also very much so be that some of you may have felt like you were led in a certain direction. It didn't go in that way. So that's also very interesting. Also, the other thing I see here is PR. Okay, so that's very interesting. That can also be to do with career. And for some of you, in regards to love, you may feel like, oh, was I just for show, or was it just for show? Things like that. So keep that in mind. So let's go to charms. Okay, there's this one that just fell out. It's a G. So we've got a G. We have another E. So we're very dominant with the E's there. E's and the R's. You've got here the second chakra, what do you call this? Stick. So essentially lollipop stick. So this really does represent sort of that sensual energy, mentoring, honouring, nurturing and nourishing yourself, which I see a lot of over the next 2 weeks. We see here the scissors. So this can be you cutting somebody out, right? Which we saw with the X as well, which I think is interesting, or someone that has cut you out that is just, bugs your energy. You've got the really beautiful spiritual hand here. I believe it's called the Hansa, right? So this really goes to show that there's luck, okay? There is prosperity, there is abundance that is manifesting for you. Will you claim it? Will you accept it? Let me know in the comment section below if you claim it. Let me know. Comment down below, I claim it, because that will... Well, it just goes to show that you're accepting the messages. Then you've also got this dummy, and it's in the yellow colour. This is very interesting. It can be to do with children and sort of your fantasy, or some of you may also have children right now, but there's something about children that I pick up on in the next 2 weeks. It could be someone that has a child, or something to do with a child. It's really interesting. You've got the cake tins, so little sweet treats, which I think is very interesting. You might be really happy about that. See, towards the end of the 2 weeks, you're going to be feeling really happy. You're going to feel like, you know what, it was fated, it was meant to have happened. The ring here is about commitment. Okay, so there's something to do with also committing to yourself, committing to your work. Perhaps someone could be coming back, also wanting to commit to you, which I think is also interesting. The anchor here, feeling very weighed down towards the beginning of the next 2 weeks. And then you've got here the deer with the little stocking. So this shows your abundance is manifesting. So this is the little stocking. So your abundance is coming to you. It's manifesting. Rudolph is coming. Okay, it might not be winter, but Rudolph's coming. Make your not so Christmas list. Ultimately, I really do feel like things are progressing. There is abundance coming. Your stars are aligning. Things are manifesting for you. You're not completely at a loss. That is something I want to say. I mean, you may feel like you're at a loss, right? But I don't feel like that's completely the energy here that we're seeing. So things are getting better for you. That's really what I see. So this is your reading. Oh, wait a second. Grey. That's interesting. Obviously some people spell grey like this. Some people spell it with A. But grey. That you also have a lot of grey in the cards as well. So, sometimes things are not always black and white. There's nuances and grey areas. So keep that in mind. But grey. I had to get that to you, okay? It's sort of like a colour you might see a lot as well. So, anywho, that is what we have, all right? So, if this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Charms, letters, my oracle cards, all available on my website, which is listed down below. And, of course, you can check out the information down below on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course all of the intention items, like I mentioned, are on my website. So do check those out if you're interested, and take care everyone. All right, bye.